Chances are, if you look back at your diaries that you wrote when you were in grade school, you might find the odd story of a crush here and there, or that time you ate glue. But these journal entries won't leave you feeling any kind of nice, innocent nostalgia. Hi, my name is Rachel Fisher.
And I'm Lindsay Ivan, and today we're going to take you through our top 10 haunting journal entries.
Did you have a diary when you were a kid?
No.
Really?
I never did.
Oh.
I think I tried to, and I was like, "Dear diary," and I was like, "Ha, this is lame, I'm not doing it."
It's like you tried to be really deep when you were 10.
Literally, I think I was just cringing at myself. Like, I tried to, and I'm like, this is cringe, I can't do it. So
yeah, that's fair.
That was me.
Yeah, mine are pretty dramatic.
You still have them?
Yeah, I found them and I was like, oh, embarrassing.
I think we should do a top 10 Rachel's journal entries.
They're
Let's
embarrassing.
Comment down below if you want to see that. We'll do it, maybe.
Maybe.
Starting off this countdown, we have Mom's Diary. Reddit user AJ Ridfeld was given his mother's diary from when she was a teenager. But what he read on some of the pages absolutely terrified him. She wrote about seeing some weird creature one day. In the diary entry, she wrote about how she was walking home one day when she saw a child playing on a swing. Behind the child, there was a large oak tree, and standing right beside it was this big shadowy figure. Its shoulders were hunched over, but it was very tall. She wrote about how she didn't think it was human at all. She continued on saying, and I quote, "It could feel me watching it and abruptly straightened up. I am finding it very difficult to describe its face, as it had no face in my memory. But despite this, I could somehow still tell that it was staring at me. Images of my mangled body, broken bones, and torn flesh flashed through my mind. I was being sent a clear message: go away. It seemed to be smiling at me, and I have never seen anything more terrifying. It was hungry." Okay, that is absolutely terrifying. Now, the entry was cut short because the following pages were ripped out. So AJ asked his mom about it, and she said she never recalls writing it, which makes this whole thing way more terrifying.
Arriving at number 9, The Diaries of Frances Kray. If you're a fan of Tom Hardy, then you might have seen the 2015 movie Legend, which recounts the terrible tales of London's most notorious gangsters of the East End, the Kray brothers. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, the Kray brothers terrorized London. They started a gang called the Firm and were responsible for committing numerous armed robberies, assaults, murders, and protection rackets. But currently up for auction for £4,000 are over 5 pages of diary entries made by Reggie Kray's wife, Frances Shay. Frances and Reggie were married for a short time before her tragic end. Frances sadly took her own life after seeing no way out of the toxic marriage, and these diary entries bring to light just how awful it was. According to Frances, Reggie used to sleep with a flick knife under his pillow along with a gun, sword, and chopper. Though we know Reggie had a twin, his brother Ronnie, it appears as though Reggie also had an alter ego. The diary entries also include 60 letters addressed to Frances from Reggie while he was in prison. While some he appears loving and affectionate, he flips a switch and turns hateful and resentful towards his wife. Apparently someone had advised Frances to record these events while she was trying to get a divorce, prompting her to make the entries, but unfortunately it never worked out for her, and what's left sheds light on her story and the domestic terrors that Reggie inflicted in his home, not just in the streets. Thankfully now her story can be told.
And at number 8 we have the Ghost Ship. Back in 1823, a boat named the Jenny left port on an exploration. But somewhere along the way, something went wrong, and the ship became frozen in an ice barrier in Antarctica. It was finally discovered in 1840 by a passing ship. The crew hopped on board, and they were terrified at what they found. The crew starved to death, and then they froze. Their bodies were perfectly preserved. In the captain's quarter alongside his body, they found his journal open. The last entry read as so: May 4th, 1823, no food for 71 days. I am the only one left alive. Okay, no food for 71 days? I can't go an hour without a snack. Also, it must have been terrifying seeing all his crew members slowly pass away, knowing that soon the fate would fall on him.
Coming in at number 7, we have the abandonment of Carl McGunn. In 1981, Carl McGunn paid a bush pilot to take him out to the Alaskan wild so he could photograph wildlife for the next 5 months. He planned to get picked up in August, but due to some unfortunate planning, the plane never came. McGunn was stuck on the tundra with no way of getting back. Carl was sadly found dead on February 2nd, 1982 by state troopers in an unmarked tent along with his 100-page diary chronicling the events. The last thing that he wrote in it simply said, "They say it doesn't hurt because he shot himself. What's even more heartbreaking is that the journal states a moment when a state trooper plane did pass above him and he thought he was going to be rescued. The state troopers in the plane, however, misread his signal and deemed him not in need of help. McGunn had plenty of experience in the wild and was able to hunt for a number of months and even managed to stay hopeful. But towards the end, it is clear from the journal entries how loneliness, fear, and anxiety eventually crippled his ability to survive. Despite this, Carl was a survivor, and his journal depicts a will, a kind of bravery that will forever be a testament to the human experience.
In our sixth spot, we have Alyssa Bustamante. Alyssa is guilty of killing her next door neighbor, Elizabeth Olton. In October of 2009, Elizabeth's mom begged Alyssa to come over to play with her daughter. The two went out to play together at 5 p.m. Elizabeth never returned home. The next day, police got a hold of Alyssa's diary, which went into horrific detail about what she had done to Elizabeth. One entry read as so, and I quote, "I just killed someone. I don't know how to feel at the moment. It was amazing. As soon as you get over the, oh my god, I can't do this feeling, it's pretty enjoyable. I'm kind of nervous and shaky though right now. Okay, I gotta go to church now, lol." I know. It's very disturbing. And then she went off to church pretending like everything was fine. This entry was used as evidence against her in the court, and it led to her arrest.
Coming in at number 5, we have the donor family. This next entry is from a man named George McKinstry Jr., who documents discussions of by the donor group. In 1846, a group of pioneers from Springfield, Illinois set out for California to relocate. But no sooner did these travelers meet desperate ends when the family had to resort to unique sources of food. When they arrived in Sierra Nevada, the families got snowed in and were entirely trapped. Food became scarce, and George McKinstry outlines in his diary, and I quote, "Mrs. Murphy said here yesterday that she thought she would commence on Milton and eat him. I do not think she has done so yet. It is distressing. The donors told the California folks 4 days ago that they would commence on the dead people if they did not succeed tonight or the next in finding the cattle. I guess they didn't succeed though. Thankfully, it looks like they only fed on the dead. At least we hope." When they eventually settled in Santa Ana, George included, out of the 89 who began the journey, only 45 survived. This journal entry gives us a chilling insight into the desperation of these travelers and the fates of those who didn't survive.
And at number 4, we have the lost USB. The story was posted on Reddit by the user BreakerMW. 5 years ago, he found a USB in a parking lot adjacent from his apartment building. Yeah, he picked up a random dirty USB off the ground and decided, hey, you know what? Let me just plug this into my computer. He's lucky he didn't get a virus or anything. But upon opening the drive, he came across something very terrifying. The USB was filled with diary entries dating from August 2nd, 2013 to December 20th, 2014. Everything was normal about the entries until October 26. On October 26, 2014, the person wrote, "He woke up earlier than usual today, probably 5 a.m. I think. Seems he wants to get an early start on the day, hit the gym and all that. I watched him get dressed and head out." In other entries, the person wrote things like, "Guess he's tired. He did wake up a lot in the night. I considered leaving from under his bed to say hello. Maybe help him sleep." So the entries revealed that this person had been living in his apartment for over a month, spying on him without him even knowing, like he was sleeping underneath some dude's bed. That is so creepy. It's even creepier that we don't know who wrote them.
Coming in at number 3, the diary of Jason Massey. Jason Eric Massey was desperate to become a serial killer, as he expressed in his diary, and I quote, "My goal is 700 people in 20 years. He never got to that number, thank God, and was arrested after 2 gruesome murders. Massey's horrific goals started small, as many Mindhunter or Criminal Minds fan would think, by killing small animals and keeping their remains as trophies. When he was arrested in 1993 by Ennis police, they found weed, a Persian cat with a rope around its neck, and a journal with a list of names with check marks next to them. He also wrote in the journal that he liked to read about guns, war, and police investigations. Along with the above quote, he also wrote that he wanted to become a murder machine, and that he wanted to grab society by the throat and shake them with terror until they're awake and realize what's up, so they'll remember who I am, when, and why I came their way. Okay. These entries are super creepy, especially when after his arrest, police and a forensic psychiatrist diagnosed him with anti-personality disorder, and due to the horrendous details of the murders, he couldn't be rehabilitated. Massey met his death by lethal injection on April 3rd, 2001, and these haunting journal entries are all that's left to give insight into a murderous mind. Coming in at number 2, we have the Diary of Joseph Goebbels. If you know anything about World War II, which who doesn't, then it doesn't take more than a second for the name Joseph Goebbels to send a chill down your spine. Joseph Goebbels was a follower and was responsible for the anti-Semitic propaganda that circulated around the time. Like many of this dictator's followers, Goebbels' reverence of this person was as close to religious as it gets. He was absolutely obsessed with the man, and considering all of the awful, unforgivable things this dictator did, it's hard to imagine why. When Goebbels' diary was found, the entire thing was basically an ode to this dictator, this entry being just one example. And I quote, "He jumps up at once, stands there before us, squeezes my hand like an old friend, and those big blue eyes, like stars. He is glad to see me. I am in heaven. This man has everything it takes to be a king, the born tribune of the people, a coming dictator." The reason this entry, or this entire journal in fact, is so creepy doesn't really need to be explained. The idea that someone could be so obsessed with someone so evil is incredibly disturbing. What's even worse is that this entry foreshadows the devotion Goebbels had for this dictator when after the war he killed himself along with his entire family the day after his leader did.
And in our number 1 spot, we have the obsessed coworker. Now, if you didn't write about your crush in your diary when you were in grade 2, like they were the love of your life and your souls were bound together by the fires of fate, then did you even have a crush? Well, this guy certainly did, and he had a very creepy crush on his coworker. One day, this woman came across her coworker's diary entries and she was horrified. This whole story was posted on Reddit. The woman sat next to this creepy diary boy for 3 years. She barely spoke to this guy after he asked her on a date, which she turned down. But clearly, he can't take no for an answer. After she turned him down, he went on to write creepy things about her in his diary, like documenting her daily outfits and what she talks about with her colleagues, like a real-life Joe Goldberg here. He even went on to write about his imagined future with her. Here's a section from the diary. "I'm coming for you, my love. I try to be understanding. Women are evolutionarily wired to flirt. But hearing you banter with him 2 or 3 times a week when you know I'm listening makes my blood boil. Be modest and meek and pure like you should." When she finally changed jobs, he got crazy and ended up showing up at her house. She eventually had to get a restraining order against him, and now he's in prison. So there you go. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let us know which point you found the creepiest. And now let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. We'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Dark North Sentinel Island Theories. And that was our first collab together, so go check it out.
Haha, Gamer Girl. Hey, Newbie and Lindsay.
Yeah, that was all the comments were like, who's this new girl? Rachel, I like her.
Mystery, you don't know.
Woo, there she is. Dwayne Sloan commented 2 beautiful ladies on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Dwayne.
High five.
We'll
Crushed
do a
it.
safe high five.
Safe high fives.
Safety first.
Ronald Racing.
Renell, it's Renell, please.
Oh, Renell.
He is our #1 fan. Okay, don't let us down.
I knew. Okay, Renell Racing. You both so funny together. Thanks, dude. Thanks, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, right? Brendan Roberts commented, BTW, did you make 2 videos today? Yes, we do multiple videos a day.
That's
you
true.
guys don't see well, actually, you do see multiple videos per day,
Yeah.
but we space it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're busy. We're always filming. We're always scripting.
All for you.
All for you. Alright guys, that's all the comments we're shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in our next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan.
And I'm Rachel Fisher.
I'll see you when I see ya.
Bye. Second collab. Boom. Woo woo.
Okay.
Do.
You can kick it off since you wrote that.
Okay. Okay. Alright.
Alright, it's me. Scoot. Scoot your toot.
Oh, see you later. I was like, no, I'm gonna say.
Just stand there the whole time, like. In the diary entry, she wrote about how she was walking home one day when she in the diary entry,
prompting her to make the entry. Oh my god, today, wow. Carl was sadly found dead on February. What? Okay. so far. Jeez, sorry.
It's depressing. You get used to it. I'm like numb to all this. I just killed someone. It sounds weird because I'm saying it. I'll say and I quote.
Coming in at number 5. Wow, why am I yelling? Oh my god, this arm wants a chicken leg. Okay. Get out of my way, don't talk to me again, there we go. But no sooner did these travelers meet death. Why am I laughing? This is so sad. Oh, okay, it's fine.
Oh, I was like, why?
Here, do you want to just like pull this so you have like the full thing?
Oh, it's me still. It's the
I forgot. Oh, it's this one, the man with the mustache.
mustache.
Right.
German dude.
Okay.
Here's an excerpt from, is it excerpt? Why does it sound like weird?
Excerpt?
What?
I think it's excerpt.
Excerpt?
Yeah. Here's an excerpt. Yeah.
It sounds weird. I'm gonna say, here's this section. Okay, come on back, my love.
I'm coming.
Top 10 Dorth. Nice, dark.